about the royal family. These are just examples of how powerful groups are now open to visibility in the food industry, etc. And the price for accessing all those institutions is we surrender parts of our information. We give access to it, whether that's through commerce or through travel or through security. So subjecting yourself to surveillance is almost the cost of engaging in the modern contemporary society. So, but what's important is that while surveillance now touches everyone, it does not do so in the same way. Powerful people tend to have surveillance operating to their advantage. It moves them more quickly through customs. It provides them access to resources. It provides them access to finances. Poor people have more coercive, hard-edged surveillance that's focused more on social control. And you can almost think of surveillance profiles. What group you belong to, you might have a distinctive type of profile of surveillance depending on your gender, your class, and your race. Some organizations are watching you some ways, different gender, class, ethnicity, you're watched different. But nobody, very few people anymore are just outside of this. Okay. Fourth, symmetries. We're witnessing the entrenchment of massive asymmetries between the visibility of individuals and the visibility of institutions. Put bluntly, large organizations now know more about us, who we are and what we do, and we know less and less about how they operate, how they, even in particular, how they handle our information. This includes knowing very little about what data they collect about us, the algorithms that they use, the error rates, how they share it, if we can get on their systems, if we can get off their systems. This is very, very opaque. In relation to the states, one of the most conspicuous ways that this information sort of opacity has been maintained is through constant appeals to national security. We can't tell you. We can't tell you how we're collecting information or what we're collecting because it's national security. And at one level, that's fine. The state does have an interest in national security, and there are things that obviously they don't want to share. But anyone who's been studying this area for a long time knows that when we do get glimpses into what they're doing, we routinely find that behind national security, they are doing things that are typically illegal, immoral, corrupt. So there is this problem with not being able to see what's going on. And I think this state cynicism about not giving over information reached its pinnacle a few years ago when it was revealed that the U.S. government was collecting information on citizens through a warrantless wiretap program. And so journalists started to ask, who's on this list? And the director of national intelligence in the United States said, I can't tell you who's on that list. It would violate their privacy. And he managed to get away with this remarkably Kafka-esque. But the private sector also does the same thing. The private sector works very hard to protect its information and surveillance practices, largely behind the veil of corporate secrets. We can't tell, Amazon won't tell you the algorithms it uses, who's on it, how you got on it, because that's a trade secret. So so this asymmetry, all of these organizations are collecting massive amounts of information about